Welcome back to the deep dive. We are really digging into a stack of combat logs and notes today, trying to pull out the key stuff for you.
Yeah, we're focusing on some extreme co-op tactics, looking at what choices agents are making, under pressure. High risk, high reward stuff.
And definitely high reward. I mean, we have to start with this one weapon, right? The Nemesis.
Oh, yeah. We're not talking small improvements here. This thing, it really breaks the curve compared to what they were using.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Agents were already running pretty powerful gear. Good rifles like the Shroud, the Brutus, hitting hard.
Consistently strong. You're looking at, what, 875K, maybe 924K damage a shot. Solid numbers. Reliable.
Totally. And then, boom, the Nemesis shows up. The card itself says 2 million damage.
Which is already kind of nuts, like double the others, but that's not even the whole story. The real kicker is the mechanic, the charge up.
Right. It does almost nothing unless you hold that trigger down.
Exactly. And this is where the logs get, well, wild. They took it to the range, full charge.
12 million damage. 12 million.
12 million. It's just like, yeah. It basically deletes standard enemies.
Holy cow. But, like, the big question in the notes is, how? How are people actually using that in a real fight? You have to stand still.
You do. And that's the tactical shift. It's not your main weapon anymore. It becomes this specialized execution tool. You absolutely need someone else locking the target down.
Like serious crowd control or a dedicated tank, just soaking up damage so you can get that charge off.
Precisely. It changes the whole team dynamic, which, leads right into the logistics problem.
Yes, the exotic slot.
Yeah.
Because the Nemesis is an exotic, right?
Yep. So you can't just stack it with other top-tier exotics. Agents are constantly swapping.
Okay, so it's like, do I need the massive single-shot damage from the Nemesis right now, or is it better to have, say, Pestilence for clearing out groups with damage over time?
Exactly that juggle. It's a real headache mid-combat, deciding which specialized tool fits the next 5 seconds.
And they definitely needed the right tools. Because where they went next, these bounties up in the Northwest, the notes just say wall-to-wall enemies on arrival.
Oh, yeah, instantly chaotic. And straight into dealing with those robotic dogs, the warhounds.
Not just the regular ones, but those annoying little mini-hounds, too.
But the real star of the show, if you can call it that, was this one variant they nicknamed Heather.
Ugh, Heather. The notes go from sort of, okay, annoying robot to full-blown panic when they figure out her trick.
She turns invisible.
Invisible. And the best part, the dawning horror when they realize
it's not just one Heather. There's more than one.
Multiple invisible robot assassins. That's just peak information overload, right?
Yeah.
You think you've solved it? Nope, it just got worse and stealthier.
And then, as if that wasn't enough, the Huntsman shows up.
Oh, the Huntsman. This thing is described as just a relentless tank. Super aggressive, and it uses that purple smoke.
Yeah, we should clarify that smoke. It's not just like poison damage. The notes say it's an armor debuff. It shreds your armor's effectiveness super fast.
Forces you to back off immediately. And this Huntsman guy, he's so aggressive. He's literally knocking agents down.
Knocking them right off their feet. They couldn't hold this key window position because of him. They tried, failed, tried again, failed again. Just a total roadblock. Had to completely rethink their gear after that.
You know, it's funny. When you're under that much stress, that kind of brutal defeat, sometimes the weirdest things pop into your head.
Absolutely. Which brings us to this amazing, relatable detail from the logs. The Tickle factor.
Right. While they're getting hammered by purple smoke and knocked down by giant robots, what's bothering them?
Their own facial hair. Mustache hairs, beard hairs, apparently curling up and tickling their noses right in the middle of the fight.
Your own face betraying you. Trying to focus on staying alive, and your brain is just going, is that incoming fire or my own beard attacking me? It's such a human detail.
It really is. It keeps it grounded, Reminds you, these are people dealing with chaos. And speaking of chaos, there's the logistical side, too. The cargo pants crisis.
Oh, yeah, the inventory nightmare. This happens to everyone, right? It's a tense fight, loot everywhere.
And suddenly your pockets are full. One agent went from like 15 items to 64 just like that. Mods, gear pieces.
They literally joked about needing bigger pants.
And it sounds funny, but it's a real problem. You're fighting off enemies, and you're fighting this constant stream of items, trying to figure out what to keep, what to junk, before you can't pick anything else up. Information overload and item overload.
But hey, sometimes the overload gives you good stuff.
Yeah.
They did get some cool houndsman apparel out of it. Mask, gloves.
True. And then there was the festive delivery backpack.
Oh my gosh, yes. The seasonal weirdness. This thing turns your concussion grenades into festive grenades.
Yeah, apparently they cause little explosions around nearby enemy, like Christmas-themed explosions. The notes even mention this really nice moment where one agent gave it to the other, just sharing this absurd item in the middle of all the grim fighting. Little morale boost.
That's great. And the absurdity just kept coming, didn't it? On Roosevelt Island, the suicide bomber incident.
Oh, right. The agent swears this bomber ran straight at their drone, not even them, and yelled something like,
"The hamster's
"It's fallen, the hamster's fallen," then hugged the drone and blew up, taking it out.
I mean, okay, maybe he really hated drones or hamsters. Who knows?
We just have to accept it now. Hamster status. Fallen. Anyway, back to the serious combat side. That first big defeat with the huntsman, it made them rethink.
Yeah, they tried to dial it back first, lower the world difficulty, make things a bit easier. But then, the heroic trap.
Right. They lowered the world setting, went into the bounty area, and bam. Felt like the difficulty just snapped right back up. Probably too heroic. It was like the game itself was saying, nope, you're doing this the hard way.
So they figured, okay, if we're going to struggle anyway...
Might as well go all in. Legendary mission time. Roosevelt Island again.
And the big takeaway from Legendary, according to the logs, wasn't really about smarter enemies.
No, it was just pure, relentless aggression. That's the Legendary lesson. The enemies stop pausing. They don't wait for you to reload or heal or get back in cover.
They just push. Full flanks, constant pressure, no breathing room.
None at all. They just come right for you, which naturally led to them feeling pretty beat down.
So one agent calls for backup, and this player joins who's described as just very professional.
Super efficient.
Yeah.
Suddenly, things start dying fast. The notes say they were just melting enemies with this person around.
Which you'd think would be great.
Yeah.
Right? Finally, some progress.
But then, and this is maybe the most interesting part, they kicked him.
They kicked the helpful guy. Why?
Because he was too good. Too efficient. They actually missed the struggle, the chaos. They wanted that challenge back, the thing that makes the crazy Nemesis shots feel earned, you know?
Wow. Okay, they chose the struggle. That's dedication.
It really is. And you see that need for maybe distraction or just noticing the weirdness in the environmental stuff they noted down too.
Like shooting weird statues. There was something about a stone lion.
Yeah, apparently some stone horses and this creepy dead guy in the chair who looked like he might jump up. They needed those odd details, maybe to cope.
Anything to break the tension, I guess. So, okay, final hurdle they tried. The summit.
The big vertical challenge, and right away they hit a wall. The floor 4 curse.
Floor 4 specifically. They just kept wiping on that layout over and over. Hated that floor immediately.
Yeah, it must have had some nasty spawns or sightlines. And the summit throws other curveballs too, like those jammers.
Yes, the jammers. Disabling skills, disabling medkits. Suddenly you're back to basics. Just guns and positioning. Takes away all your fancy build synergies.
Exactly. Strips you down. And just when they're dealing with that.
Surprise. Rogue agents show up.
Yep. Which just ramps the difficulty up exponentially. Suddenly it's not just tough enemies, it's enemy agents with skills who play smart. The takeaway was immediate. We just got to learn not to push.
Can't be aggressive anymore. Got to play super cautious, super slow.
But even that wasn't always enough. They mentioned getting repeatedly one-shot or just knocked down instantly by the sheer volume of fire, and eventually, another defeat. Back on cursed floor 4.
Man, what a session. So, boiling this all down for you listening,
Yeah.
what are the big takeaways?
Well, first, that insane power, like the Nemesis, it's possible, but it demands huge team coordination. You need someone enabling that big shot.
Right. And second, the logistics are a nightmare. The cargo pants crisis is real. Managing gear and mods under pressure is its own skill.
And third, the difficulty, especially at the highest levels like Legendary, it's less about tricky AI and more about just overwhelming nonstop aggression from the enemies.
Adaptability seems key. Whether that's changing your whole build on the fly or just, dealing with a tickly beard without losing focus.
Absolutely. You got to roll with the punches, both literal and figurative.
Okay, so here's a final thought to chew on. We saw these agents deliberately reject efficiency. They kicked the pro player. They leaned into the weird humor, the hamster bomber, the festive backpack. Given how much stress they were under invisible enemies, armor-melting smoke, constant inventory juggling, how much do you think embracing that chaos, that humor, actually helps performance?
Is it, maybe? A necessary survival tool. A way to stay sane and focused when everything's exploding.
That's a really interesting question. Does finding the funny and the frustrating keep you going? Definitely something to think about.
Food for thought indeed. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
We'll catch you on the next one.